Hello again, and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be evaluating and unboxing a new temperature probe sensor setup for my smoker. Of course, I'm going to use it for the smoker. We'll probably use it in the oven and for other things as well, but I've been using the Weber iGrill 2, or whichever one has 4 probes, and it's okay. I've been using it for 1.5 years now, and my biggest frustration with it is that it's only Bluetooth, where, you know, if you have to be within that Bluetooth range for it to work right. And over the last few months, actually, it's gotten better. The Bluetooth performance has gotten better, where if I go out of range of the Weber iGrill and come back in, it would reconnect. Where I've had to in the past, many times, where I've had to power cycle the actual sensor itself before it would reconnect to the app. And that's just if I went, you know, across the house outside of that Bluetooth range. So that was kind of frustrating. But beyond that, there's also the anxiety of when you're smoking some meat and you want to be able to get and see that temperature from anywhere, so you know if you need to start heading back home because the meat's about ready, or you need to change it or wrap it, whatever the case may be. So I've been smoking enough meat in the last year and a half that I started doing some research. My wife found the Thermoworks pen. I think it was a Cook's Country or America's Test Kitchen, one of those, or both of them, I don't know, because I know they're the same entity. She really wanted to get the Thermoworks ThermoPen for just a temperature probe, just to, you know, stick and go kind of a thing. And so she bought that a few months ago, and it's worked really well. And so that made me wonder if they had another product, and of course they do, for smoking or for the ovens, for roasts and things like that. And that's what I ended up getting. So it's been on my list for many months. Finally decided to do it. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and so we're smoking a turkey again. I smoked a turkey last year, and it's a good time for me to test this out. So I'll do a little unboxing so you can see what we got, and I'll throw up the information up there and a link to it in the description of what I specifically purchased. And I bought it from the Thermoworks website, which they highly recommend. They don't want you to buy it from third parties. A lot of them just buy it the retail and then resell it at a higher amount. That's what they claim. So I bought it directly from them, and you know, I did overnight shipping, which was $22 for where I live, and it got here overnight, no problems. So that's nice. Would have saved me $10-15 if I would have just done standard shipping, but I didn't really think about it till this week. So we're going to unbox it and talk about, you know, what's in the package and how it works throughout this process of smoking the turkey. If you're not familiar with the Signals product, they have 4 probes, and they come with the 4 probes. 3 of which are meat probes, 1 of which is a temperature probe for the environment that you're in, whether it's the oven or smoker or barbecue, whatever. You can get an additional temperature probe for meat and do 4 if you don't want to use the ambient temperature sensor. I think their sensors range between $12 and $18 when I looked on there. So not bad for replacement either if you need to replace them. So anyway, we'll unbox this and we'll see how it performs for the turkey that's currently sitting in a brine. So I do like, they sent, of course, just a little tips and secrets for temperature probes with all the different kind of measurements and settings you can do for different types of food, candy, poultry, beef, all that stuff. That's great. Something that I thought was cool is they specifically sent something for turkey. I thought that was cool. Turkey temperature tips. You know, they just probably realized that if I overnighted this the day before Thanksgiving, that maybe I was smoking a turkey. So that's kind of cool. So that's a nice thing that they threw in there without me asking for it. And it's always nice to get the Jelly Bellies. And then, this was a free thing for orders over $100. So it's a fun size thermometer, so you can see, you know, how big this is, or how small it is, I should say. So this is just a cute little temperature probe that you can put on your keyring. So this is an iPhone XS. I think XS is my phone. So that's the size. That's the size of it next to that iPhone. So you can kind of get the idea of what the size is here. So it's kind of cool. Fun little addition that I didn't ask for. It just came because I added enough product to the cart. And you can see it's working. I put my fingers on it. It's climbing. The red light you're seeing is the GoPro, which I probably should turn off. So that's cool. Let's see if it turns off when I close it, or if I have to push the button. It does not close off. So the Thermoworks ThermoPen, which is really high quality, does. When you close that, it turns it off. This one you have to push that button. So looks like this one you have to push. You just turn it on and off that way. You can't beat free. Celsius works just fine. Cool. Alright, so here's the signals. Here's the signals, Thermoworks signals. Pretty straightforward packaging here. As I was saying, the Weber is Bluetooth only. And, you know, the Bluetooth only is fine for probably a lot of people. I don't want to harp on that at all. The thing about for me is that I want to be able to see the temperature, because I mean there's things I'm smoking for 10, 12, 13, 14 hours sometimes, and I'm not going to be home that whole time, right? And so it's nice to be able to have access to it when I'm away and see how things are progressing, because sometimes you can hit that stall on, like if you're doing a brisket, you can hit the stall at 150, 155 around there, and it'll be there for 2-3 hours. And then all of a sudden, boom, it starts climbing. You're at 190, 100, or 190, 195. You get close to 204, 205 really quick. And so the Wi-Fi feature that this has gives us that ability to see it wherever we are. So as soon as we get past the stall, we know we need to get started heading home. So let's open this up here. I already cut it open here, so we'll just open that up. Again, recommended temperatures on one side. The operating instructions look pretty succinct. Cool. And to tell you what you have in the package. Pretty straightforward. This is all the instructions right here, pretty much. This is the unit here. And it's got, I'll be able to talk more about the details of its capabilities after I use it for a minute. But it is water resistant. I say resistant, they don't usually say proof anymore, right? Yeah, water resistance, IP66 splash proof. So I mean, I think it'd be okay if it got rained on and stuff, which is usually the worst thing that happens. Snow, rain, which is snowing right now. Let's go ahead and take this off here. It is rechargeable, which is really nice. So here's the USB-C charging cable. The clip for the area, the ambient temperature inside the grill of the smoker. And then we have our temperature probes. 1, 2, and 3. And then this is the ambient sensor. It just goes in this and you can clip it in there between the clip it in there between the racks, and it sticks through that like that. Pretty straightforward. This is a standard USB charger. You can plug it in right there. So I'm not one to usually read the instructions too much, so we'll see here. Just turn it on. Comes right up. So yeah, it's obviously got a light, which is nice. Looks like we can easily set each channel to what we need to. I need to still get the app installed on my phone and set it up on the Wi-Fi and everything. So we've got the app downloaded. We're going to open it up here. Let's see, brighten this up just a little bit so you can see. Open up Thermoworks. Alright, Signals is now connected to your network. And it gives me the wireless address of it, which is cool. Alright, so we've got that connected. The firmware, it's pretty straightforward. No, now it's going faster, that's good. I got scared there for a second because the app actually just closed on me. But I went back in, went to the device, and then it prompted again for the firmware update. It's starting now. It's not slow. It could be that there's multiple going on here, but multiple firmware updates, but I do not know. Yeah, this is much faster. It was hanging at 29% for a while. Went to 30 something, and then it stopped and the app crashed. So, or it closed anyway. Hey, look at that. Looks like it restarted. Now let's just hope that it's done. Okay, options, firmware update. Let's see if you can see what I'm doing here. No update needed. Cool. We did it. Yay. So in here I went to settings and I set the, I should have done. This is so silly. I should have recorded this. That amateur hour here. Once I'm in the home, I can pick the device, I can hit settings, and from here I can name the name it, I can, oh, you can't change the name, that's kind of neat. And boom, ring color, again I can set it to the green one there. So we'll go back to turkey, and look at that, turkey breast. Okay, that is pretty cool. So I got the green ring, which I have to, of course, install the rings on these to make that true. Then you can set your alarms. I haven't even read the instructions really. I'm just going through this. It's pretty easy. So, 160, 165, whatever. Low alarm, sure. I don't know if I wanted that. Oh, it's going to be lower than that for a bit. Cool. So I can set my alarms graph. Cool. Let's turn off Bluetooth on my phone. So then it will disconnect from the signals using Bluetooth, right? Because my phone can't communicate over Bluetooth. Let's go back into the Signals app and see if I'm still connected. Oh, okay. This changed now to a cloud, so that didn't happen before. That's good to know. Alright, so that's back. So again, this is where I like to test this stuff, because I don't like to be in the middle of cooking meat and have to be futzing with this. So I'm going to turn off Bluetooth and see if this thing stays connected. Refresh. Home. And again, I'm going to really turn off Bluetooth since this thing seems to not really turn it off. Okay, refresh. This looks good. Devices, signals, added, home. I mean, this is definitely working. So let's say, okay, we're going to turn this, get this thing going. 80, 83. Look at that. That's working. There is a little bit of a delay, but I don't really care as long as it gets to where it needs to be. But what I'm going to do is we're on just cellular right now. My phone is. So it's not connected to Bluetooth. It's not connected to Wi-Fi. We're at 69 degrees right now with the probe. I have my alarm set to 90. So I'm going to turn up my phone as if it's in my pocket. In fact, I'll even just turn it up. I guess I could turn the volume up in case. So I'm going to turn that upside down, and we're going to push this, and we'll see. As soon as this hits the alarm. Alright, there it is. So it took about a minute. Let me turn on screen recording again here so you can see what's going on. Alright, so there we see where it went above. Very cool. I'm really happy so far with just these short tests. The fact that it's still working on Wi-Fi here is phenomenal. So let's do this again. I'm going to do this test again. And we'll see here. Look how fast that goes up. 90. Boom. It's in the 70s and it's already at 90. See if I can turn this off. There we go. Cool. Alright, so since this is not going to show, I'll put it on the GoPro here. So it's turkey breast at high alarm. If I go into it, high alarm for turkey. Yeah, of course I've got Bluetooth turned off. So it's asking me if I want to mute. Oh, so there's the alarm for that. That's cool. So that's the persistent alarm. If you have it open, if you have the app open anyway. Cool. And then we'll see here. Let's go ahead and refresh the device and go back to the home. Let's see if we get updated temperature. The funny thing is look, the graph's already down, so it's just a little bit behind, which is fine. It doesn't need to be immediate. Like, I mean, if you're doing candy thermometer and everything, you're gonna be watching it. It's gonna be right next to you. Which this display is immediate. Like, it's like if you watch this, it's boom, it goes right up, which is what you want, right? And this one just has a delay because it's going through the cloud. Now, I do wonder. Let's do the same test with Bluetooth on and everything. There we go. Alright, so I got the notification on my watch. Let's see if we can see this. Turkey breast alarm. So that's good. Let's open it up. Oh, and it's lining up with a badge. That's good. Yeah, and it got up to 93. That's where it was at. That's cool. Very happy. Okay, so why did I test all these things the way I did? The reason I did this is because the Weber app, although good in a lot of respects, it's got some great features. I do like it. I don't want to hate on it. Before I had this app, I had very little. I had to use one of the ones that you had to be close to, so I liked it. But the frustrating part was when I'd come home, I'd have to go and reset the unit, the Weber unit, not this one obviously, but the Weber unit, before I could get it to reconnect. And I want to reiterate that, that problem seems to have gone away in the last few months, and it could be that it was the new version of Bluetooth or a firmware update for the phone. I haven't updated the firmware on the Weber at all. I haven't seen an option for that. Any new firmware updates for it or anything like that. So nothing against Weber, but I wanted to see if this one will have the same problem. Now, I won't really know until I've used it several times and left the house and everything and to verify. But at first, just with this limited testing I've done so far, I'm very impressed. I really am. So we'll see. We'll see how it does in real world situations. It's got, of course, the magnets on the back, which I'll probably use so it doesn't blow off the smoker. I'll stick it to the smoker. All the probes here go into this side. So let's go ahead and unplug this. So you got your probes connecting here, USB-C for charging. Nice. It's got this rubberized material so it doesn't move easily. It's supposed to be pretty resilient as far as if you drop it and everything. Not that I want to drop it, but if you do, it's supposed to be fairly tough. The funny thing is there's all these things you can do. You can set the, go to your different channels here. And maybe I should do this so that people that aren't going to use the app can see that you can do that. So we'll set this one. Alarm off, alarm on. Okay, I can set my temperature. I'm just going through a set here. So set below. That's it. So channel, that's all you can do for the channel, which makes sense. And then you can go through each one. Okay, cool. And you can turn the volume off, but when you're navigating around, you can't do that. So the volume is actually for the meat alarm, which I'll probably have on high since it's going to be outside, but in case my app's not working for some reason. So let's plug this back in and see how loud it is on high. And I'll tell you, based on, it was pretty loud at just the regular volume, but So we're going to go up 80, I mean you can see this thing reads temperatures fast. And that's how the Thermopen is too, it really reads temperatures fast. Okay, come on. Get above 90 here. Unless I'm cooling down. It's pretty loud. I don't know if I'd be able to hear that from inside the house, but again, that's why you have the app. Alright. Well, there's the testing so far, unboxing. We'll go from here and try it out tomorrow on the turkey. I'll try to video that as much as I can. I might get distracted taking care of the bird. I don't want the bird to suffer for me filming, so we'll see.